Welcome to the Wise Guides. I'm Evie. I'm your host, and I'm also a first-gen professional with over a decade of experience in corporate HR. I'm here to provide you with practical guides on how to increase your wealth and your happiness at work. Whether you're feeling like an imposter in that new job, juggling a million responsibilities, or just trying to get your foot in the door, this is your space to find real, no BS advice, hear from people who have already been there, and maybe even laugh a little along the way. So grab your coffee or your glass of wine, settle in, and let's dive into today's topic. You are exactly where you need to be. In today's episode, we're going to cover a critical skill that can set you apart in your career. It's developing confidence in high-stakes meetings and presentations. Whether it's a major client pitch or a key presentation to senior leadership, feeling confident in these situations is essential to your growth. Today, we're going to explore how to manage the pressure, tips for effective preparation, and how to maintain control during the tough moments. Let's dive in. Confidence in a high-stakes meeting isn't just about speaking clearly or looking the part. It's about being perceived as competent and trustworthy. Research shows that confident speakers are more likely to be viewed as leaders and as persuasive in getting their ideas across. For first-generation professionals who may have not had the exposure in corporate environments, developing this confidence can feel especially challenging. But it's a hard skill that can be learned with the right approach. Many of us struggle with feelings of self-doubt, especially in high-pressure situations. Imposter syndrome, fear of failure, the pressure to perform can undermine your confidence. These psychological barriers can make you second-guess yourself, focus on your perceived weaknesses, or even lead to over-preparation, which can lead to heightened anxiety. It's like a lose-lose kind of situation. So first, it's important to acknowledge these feelings and recognize that they're not a reflection of your ability, but rather it's just a normal response to stress. Let's get into some practical tips that you can use to build your confidence in these high-stakes meetings or presentations. Number one, preparation is key. So over-preparation can actually be counterproductive, but thoughtful preparation is essential. Focus on understanding your material inside and out. You want to create bullet points or a structure that can guide your talking points rather than scripting every word. That way you can speak more naturally. Two is visualization. Visualization is actually a really powerful technique where you imagine yourself successfully navigating the meeting or the presentation. Picture yourself standing in the room, speaking confidently, and receiving positive feedback. This mental rehearsal of visualization can help you reduce the anxiety. Three is breathing exercises. Before the meeting or the presentation, practice deep breathing exercises to calm your nervous system. Inhale deeply 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale for 4 counts. This simple type of box technique with your breathing can help you center and reduce your nervousness. Next is power posing. Research by Amy Cuddy shows that adopting expansive and open postures, like the power pose, before a meeting can actually boost your confidence. Even when you're feeling nervous, standing tall with your shoulders back for a couple of minutes can actually help you feel like you're more in control. Number 5 is you want to focus on the message, not the audience. Instead of worrying how others are going to perceive you, shift your focus to the content of the message. Remind yourself that you are there to add value and that your message is important. High-stakes meetings can often come with challenges of facing tough questions or pushback. So how do you handle those? And how do you handle them with confidence? First, you want to pause before answering. When you're asked a difficult question, it's natural that you want to respond right away. But you actually, in these situations, you don't want to rush. You want to take a breath. You want to gather your thoughts. Maybe go back and forth to a slide that better represents the answer. And use that time to really think, to deliberate on what your answer is going to be. This pause can project confidence and show that you are thoughtful in your responses. Number 2 is actually to admit that you don't know. It's funny because you wouldn't think that this portrays confidence, but you don't actually have to know everything. What you have to do is be able to say that you don't know, but with confidence. If you're unsure of an answer, it's okay to admit it. Say, I need to look into that and I'll get back to you, rather than just fumbling through an uncertain response because honesty builds trust. 3 is redirecting the focus. So if the discussion veers off course or you encounter negativity, which of course you can, you need to skillfully know how to redirect the conversation. You want to acknowledge the point and steer it back to the main message with phrases like, "That's a valid point, but I'd like to bring us back to ... Nerves are inevitable in high-stakes situations, but you can manage them effectively. Here's a few techniques. One is a grounding technique. If you feel like your nerves are spiking, grounding yourself by subtly placing your feet on the floor, taking slow, deep breaths. This can help you stay present and centered before you start delivering your conversation or your speech. You want to use body language. Even if you're nervous, try to keep your body language open. You want to make eye contact. You want to keep your posture upright. You want to avoid crossing your arms because that makes you look closed off. You want to speak slowly. Sometimes nerves can make us speed up our speech. Consciously slow down to make sure that you're articulating clearly and giving yourself time to think. One book that I can recommend for developing confidence in presentations is The Confident Speaker by Harrison and Lorena. This book is a comprehensive guide, and it offers practical advice on how you can overcome anxiety, improve your public speaking skills, and handle high-stakes situations. Whether you're new to presenting or looking to refine your skills, or maybe you're delivering a talk today and you wanted to listen to this to prep you and get you in the right state of mind, this book and this talk can provide valuable insights that can help you become more effective. Building confidence isn't just about the techniques. It's about making a fundamental mind shift over time. Here are a few things you want to consider. You want to reframe your nerves as actual excitement. Instead of viewing your nervousness as something negative, try reframing it. Try reframing it as excitement. This simple mindset shift can transform how you approach these high-stakes situations. 2 is you actually want to focus on progress and not perfection. I know this can be difficult for first-gen professionals who have a little bit of imposter syndrome sometimes, but you don't want to strive for perfection. You want to focus on improvement. Every single presentation is an opportunity for you to grow. It's not a test of your abilities. Think of when you're going to the gym. Every time that you go in and you lift weights, you want it to focus on progress, not just the perfection of the move, because that's not going to get you to the body that you want. Number 3 is you want to embrace vulnerability. Confidence doesn't mean having all the answers or being flawless. Nobody is. We're all human. True confidence comes from being open, honest, embracing vulnerability when it's needed. Confidence in high-stakes meetings and presentations is a skill that can be developed with practice and the right strategies. I will even dare to say that that is the only way that you can really develop this skill. Remember, presentation, mindset, and staying calm in the moment are all key elements. And just like that, you've received your dose of work wisdom. I hope you're walking away with something that makes you feel a little bit more confident, a little bit more seen, and a whole lot more capable. Remember that the journey is yours. There's no one right way to do it, and it's okay to take it one step at a time. If today's topic hit home for you and you're thinking you can use a little extra support, I'd love to chat one-on-one. Head over to the show notes so you can figure out how to book some time with me. And if you enjoyed hanging out with me, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you're feeling a little generous, please leave a quick review. It can help more people like us find the show. Plus, I'd love to hear what you think. Let's keep the conversation going. Follow me on Instagram at WorkWiseGuide.